Sometimes you hear about something that works and you think to yourself, nah, no way. Like using a lemon as an emergency candle, or stopping mosquito bites from itching by applying Orajel. Well, this morning we'll be talking about more crazy things that you'd think would never work, but do. So welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert. Thanks for joining me. You know, I find that coffee works every morning, just as I thought it would. You know, my goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew, and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and then share this with a friend. So some things are not intuitive, but when you hear them, they just make instant sense. Like if you've ever seen a monkey peel a banana, you notice they do it from the bottom. Most people do it from the top, which is much tougher. Now when you try it, you'll think to yourself, of course monkeys know the right way to peel a banana. Someone mentioned to me that they always throw some toilet paper into the bowl before they go number 2. And they have never been kissed by Poseidon since. Okay, makes sense for folks with a Western-style commode. But then there are things that make you question if they really work or not. Spoiler alert, they do. So for example, did you know you can use super glue or nail glue on a cut instead of a Band-Aid? Instantly stops bleeding, seals the skin back together. And electrical tape makes a great cut bandage as well, and it won't come off while you're working with your hands. I learned that from a carpenter. If you soak a hand towel in fabric softener, then squeeze out the excess liquid and let it dry, completely dry, for 2 or 3 days. Then you can use it as a dryer sheet for like 40 or 50 loads before you've got to soak it again. Baby shampoo will unshrink a woolen sweater. Deodorant soothes razor burn. Use toothpaste to take scratches out of DVDs and CDs. Well, today's verse says, all things work together for good for those who love God. Now, first off, let's please notice this verse doesn't say all things are good. They're not. Cancer's not good. The tragic death of a child's not good. Drug addiction, sexual abuse, war, none of these things are good things. But God is the master of creation, every element of it. Like a chemist who can mix 2 or 3 dangerous and deadly elements together and make something beneficial. Nitric acid is a caustic, poisonous liquid. It burns tissue on contact. But when properly combined with glycerol, you end up with a medicine that stops a heart attack. Common table salt. It's made up of sodium and chloride, both deadly poisons by themselves. But when they're combined, well, salt adds flavor to food, and it can even act as a preservative. In the chemistry of the cross, our amazing God takes caustic and burning elements, things that by themselves would poison us, destroy our lives, and he combines them in ways that bring forth good. Now you may be thinking, nah, no way. And I understand that. Without the love of God and his awesome power in the mix, the poison remains poison. Nothing stops the pain. But when God steps in, he changes everything. And the best part is that Jesus doesn't require our understanding, because he doesn't need us to figure out how he'll do it. All he requires is our faith, trusting him with our pain, sorrow, or loss. You know, it's okay to simply say, Lord, this pain is crushing me. I can't deal with it. Here, you take it. And then hold my hand and my heart as we walk through this. And he will. And he does. And the chemistry of the cross brings healing when you thought nothing could heal the pain. It brings freedom from the addiction. It works all things together for good. But here's the key ingredient, the catalyst that makes it work. For those who love God. It's our love of God that introduces the necessary elements for the chemistry of the cross to have its full effect in our lives. Because our love for him allows our trust in him. It makes it possible to trust the Lord with all our heart, not leaning on our own understanding, but relying on his. And as we dive into him and his love, the chemistry of the cross changes the very character of the things the enemy meant to poison our lives and kill our faith. He truly does work all things together for good for those who love God. As we wrap up, I want you to know that I care. And I want you to know that I pray for you. Now, I don't know most of the people who watch and listen and read as we share these times together, but God knows every one of you. And if you know him, can I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better? Like this video, share this video. Let it be a tool in God's hands to touch the hearts of people who are hurting, people who need the chemistry of the cross. Because as you do, you're part of a team of people all over the world sharing the love of Jesus. Thank you for helping.